Hello everybody, My Dress Up Darling has just dropped its first episode of the second season. This is the 13th episode of the show. And for today's cosplay, Maren actually asks for this girl in the black from this cartoony kind of funny assassin show who happens to be cool and collected right up until you get to know her. Turns out she's just a klutz. Maren has totally fallen in love with this character, as she does with all of her cosplays, and she wants to become this character. Also, this face is in the thumbnail. I'm sure you guys noticed. Apparently everyone loves bunnies. Honestly, I can't think of anyone who doesn't. So I'm willing to say people really like bunnies. Yeah, she's probably not wrong. She then teases Gojo with a Pocky stick, which she offers with her own mouth. Of course, she's just joking. She pulls away at the last minute. Maren's friend, I forget her name. After a brief Google search, it's basically just like Noah, but like not N-O-A-H, but like N-O-W-A. So Noah is her name. So she sees them hanging out in this pretty conspicuous area. This is like at the top of the stairs at the dead end with a whole bunch of crap around. So very conspicuous area, hard to find. You know, what might two young adults be doing up there alone? Then we cut to another scene where Maren is going over a text, freaking out because Gojo basically invited her to go to his house, which is a first in this scenario. Usually she invites herself over, but this is going to be the first time that he has invited her. It turns out because this is a show about dressing up your darling. The problem is that this bunny suit that they've been making falls off. The breast piece falls off. So they try it out on this doll that has the same sizes as Maren. It just flops down. The chest piece, obviously not gonna be good. All the designs, they go to this clothing shop and he presents it to this master craftsman basically. And the master craftsman says, "Are you?" And he says, "Going to wear this?" in his head. He says this in his head, and Gojo just says yes, like out loud, basically confirming to this man at this moment that he is going to wear it. Maren is currently in the bathroom, comes out. It all gets clarified, but very funny for a minute there. Then we find out that these bunny dresses usually have bones in them. So boning is when you put a hard piece in a fabric so then it will stay where it is. And Maren immediately becomes very disappointed, realizing that in the show there is unrealistic scenes where her cleavage just completely comes undone and she has to worry about holding up her chest area so then it doesn't get exposed. She was kind of looking forward to being able to just accidentally be exposed for some reason. She's a weirdo. Anyway, they end up putting in the bones for the bunny dress, and it's actually looking pretty good. Of course, it's still a bunny dress, so you know, it's still revealing, but they're working on that. As they find out, yes, it is revealing. Her panties stick out. And embarrassing scene is embarrassing. Gojo slams the door in her face, and she has to change out of that. They go to the photo shoot scene. Maren has done a little bit of work on her end, figuring out how to become less exposed. She comes out looking pretty exposed. It turns out she has decided to wear skin-colored leggings that are like underwear. So that's actually not her skin. That is skin-colored leggings. Although to Gojo, it looks like her skin. So he's freaking out this entire time during this photo shoot, and she has no idea why. Maren comes up with this awesome idea that her and Noah were talking about earlier, about a Halloween party that's going to come up. And she says, "Oh, I'll just wear this to the Halloween party. Therefore, not having to do like a double thing with all these things." She also wants to try a different type of stocking because the stockings on the other characters have lines in them and not like the same lines that this one has. So she wants to try out the other kinds of stockings. Then she asks Gojo, "Hey, do you want to cosplay?" She was trying to get Gojo to become this other character. I think his name was Nick in the TV show. So then like he would be like this thirst trap who looks really good, and she would be able to fawn over him the entire night. But he doesn't go for that. He goes for a bunny suit because everyone likes bunnies. I mean, you can't deny Maren said that, so she can't be upset about this. Of course, Gojo, being the weirdo that he is, being completely unfamiliar with kids his own age and what they like, starts to question, is it okay for me to be here? I don't know how to sing any of these songs. I don't know anything about these people. They're gonna think I'm weird. Genius Cat Boy over here asks, hey, aren't you the one who does Marine's makeup? Ms. Kitagawa? Aren't you the one who does her makeup? How do you know how to do makeup? That's not something boys typically do. Then nice Bandit Blondie over here, I'm gonna call him Bandit Blondie. That Bandit Blondie is such a good name. Says like, oh yeah, male makeup artists are perfectly normal. My older brother does something like that. Then Marine Kitagawa chimes in saying, hey, his family actually runs this really cool Hina doll shop. And the cat boy was like, whoa, are you talking about that one? And it's like the right one. He's all like, I went there and it's crazy. Like, these dolls are awesome. You just don't understand until you see it in real life. So Gojo has something to kind of relate to here. At the same time, he's like, why is no one calling me creepy? Was it actually only Non-chan who called me creepy ever? Have I been harboring this trauma because of one person? Highly likely, by the way. Totally understandable too. This happens in real life all the time, where one person will say something, then you think everyone thinks it because that's your experience. Then while he's coming to terms with this deep-rooted trauma that he has, Noah just comes out and asks, hey Gojo, hey Marine, are you guys dating? He was not prepared for that question, spitting out more liquid than his mask will allow him to. It's like coming out like a geyser. And that is the end of the first episode of the second season. I can't wait to see what Noah's thinking here. Marine already has competition with that I would say lolly girl who's like a famous model. And now possibly Noah? Is Noah interested? Or is she just trying to protect Marine? Or figure out where Marine is? I can't say for sure, but I want to see where this goes. I'm definitely interested in seeing it. So what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and hit the notification bell for more uploads. Until next time, you guys have a blessed day.